you listening? Alright, PolishLynx here. Welcome to 1000 Lies. Well, Ziva complains from the start of the scene, but that's nothing really important, I guess. Well, maybe it is, but well, whatever. Let's continue. Well, let's check out what she actually wants from us. And receive any message, so I don't know if anyone else is coming or not. Do you mind waiting with us and I go take a look? F20. Why such interest in the committee, Ziva? And why did you want us and me to join with you? You're annoying, Indian. I've told you millions times already. Yes, it's true that I may have lied a little about convincing the teachers to help you, but there's no hidden motive. It's too much work for me alone to do, and you guys are fun to have around. If you shouldn't complain after how much I've helped you with Lucy. I dedicate a sharp look to the imperturbable Ziva. Fine, I give up, scratch the back of my neck, and then walk into the classroom situated behind me. Don't take too long. And that's all. Our group is once again visiting Anata Institute in order to establish the damn committee once and for all. I take my seat in a familiar spot, resting my back against the chair and forcing it to stand on two of its legs, with my own legs now on top of the desk. I lose track of time as I look at the ceiling and acrobatically twirl a pen between my fingers. Eventually, the door of the classroom finally opens again. Huh? You're back already? I stretch my neck and try to peer at the doorway, only to find someone totally unexpected. So much so, in fact, that it causes me to drop to the chair to its original position. Ciaran, I finally found you! Claire excitedly walks over to me. You told me to join the committee, but I didn't know where or when it was. Luckily, I heard that you guys would be meeting today, so I've been looking everywhere for it. I didn't miss anything, right? Her little hands hold mine, shaking them to greet me. But I can't find the words to speak with her after what happened on our last encounter. What's that face for? Is it that time of the month? What are you even saying? I angrily break free from her hold. I'm joking, I know that you guys don't have those. Why do you look so concerned? Don't tell me that I've hit a nerve. Have you held deep within you all of this time the hidden desire to become a woman? What do you want from me, Claire? Why didn't you tell me sooner? Why do you have to hide the fact that those emails were sent by you? So that's the issue. Don't be silly, Ciaran. Silly? Silly? A stranger that somehow knew my email address started sending me trading messages. Then I started having coincidental encounters with you, and now you're playing dumb as if nothing ever happened, even though you admitted to doing it. How is that silly? A stranger. So that's what it's come to. Claire takes a deep breath and places her hands on her waist. I've never hidden anything from you, Ciaran, nor lied to you. As soon as the topic came up, I told you, and I don't regret anything, not even a little bit. It was you, after all, who made me take the first step. I did what? Wait. All that stuff you were saying the first time we met at the pond about the resolution, it was referring to me? Exactly. Although I sent the first email, I didn't really feel truly prepared. But once it all started, I couldn't just leave it half-baked. You always end up wondering if what you did was the right call, but no matter how hard the decision may be, you have to accept it, no matter the consequences. And what are you trying to get? What do you want from me? What did you do? What did I do to you to cause this sudden interest in me? Oh, just date her, damn it. Maybe magic, that's what I'd like to believe. I want to know, Ciaran, know who you are and stay by your side. Don't you think that under any other motivation, I would have had 1000 other better ways to go about everything? I want the truth, and truth that I still can't define. After all, to me, the most important thing is that you're truthful. Truthful? What does this have to do with being truthful? How do I know that you aren't the one lying? You can't know that, Ciaran. Nobody can. However, you can choose what to believe. And I still believe in those prideful words with which you told me that you wouldn't regret inviting me here. Tell me, Claire. No tricks or messing around. I want the truth. All of this is because you're in love with me? I don't know, but I'd like to believe that it was love at first sight. Won't it become a perfect story that way? The world suddenly seems to begin spinning at double its normal pace. I have too many questions with blurred answers of no value or resolution. Flee, get away from here, forget her, make her disappear. Both of those are logical ideas that come to mind. But then there's Claire, slightly embarrassed and hiding under the brim of her head, with a charming giggle, easing all of my doubts. I have an answer prepared on my lips, but I'm interrupted by the always ready to pester me entourage. We're here because you came! Oh. Police! Legs up! What the hell are you doing now, Oz? There's someone with Indian! It's a girl! Twitch and Dimwit pop up at the best possible time, and immediately they react to my surprising companion. Oh, you must be Sienna's friends. The idiot and the witch, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it just looked at false alarm, deactivating potential hot analyst radar. Wait, did she insult us? Indian, you know that it's a crime to get with minors, right? I never could expect this fetish from you. And telling her lies about us too. You got what you deserve, so stop complaining. For starters, this girl is the same age as you. I paused for a few seconds during the introduction. Both Eva and Oz look at me curiously, and Claire repositions her face to gaze at me, preparing herself for whatever it is that I may say about her and the consequences of such. This is Claire Argersh, a friend. She studies here at NTA, so I proposed that she could join us with this committee thing, and she accepted. Wow, really? Now that you mention it, she does seem familiar, maybe from when I was studying here. Nice to meet you, Claire. I'm Ziva Shani, and the guy standing next to me is named Oz Eldwine. Oz? Tell me it isn't true, Companero. This girl can't be the same age as me. You're ruining everything I have ever believed in, all of my standards. I love odd women of all the different body types and fashion styles, but I've always avoided eating the unripened fruits as a gesture of my gallantry as a gentleman. If you show me such a creature that is born of both worlds, what should I believe from now on? What now stops me from becoming a monster? There shouldn't be a god capable of such creation! See? An idiot, I told you so. Certainly, even more than I expected. Hey Saran, it was unnecessary, but I'm thankful that you didn't tell them everything about me. With Oz making a ruckus in the background and Ziva trying to stop him, I can't help but sigh after Claire's words. I didn't want to break that which I alone made nothing more. Consider this a truce, but there's still more I want to know, okay? Oh, it's okay! Especially when there's things I want to know about you too, Siaran. As soon as she finishes her sentence, Claire introduces herself to her new colleagues, and I stay out of it. Did I do the right thing? I don't know, it seems like I'll never know what's going on whenever she's nearby. Oh, one more thing, Saran. Don't ever put your nasty feet on my desk again. I have to learn there, you know. It's your desk. But I'm sure that it will never be anything good. Taking some random chairs, we sit in what appears to be a circle situated close to the blackboard. Ziva tells us that they managed to find Lucy and that she will be here in a minute. And it's precisely as we're talking about her that the door opens. Hello everyone, sorry for the wait. An exhausted Lucy opens the classroom door and she's pulling the arm of someone I'm unable to see. They seem to be arguing about about something in harsh whispers, making the atmosphere heavier for each extra second that they make us wait. My classmate here had some issues and asked me to come to the committee alone again today. However, we managed to resolve the problem in time and he agreed to come here by himself. Right? Lucy addressed the figure on the other side of the door, who's making it hard for her to get inside the classroom. Everyone else in the room shares the same foreign feeling from watching the scene unfold except for Ziva, who scratched her head bashfully as if she already knew that something like this was going to happen. The unknown person finally makes their way inside with slow, heavy steps. His hands are tucked inside his pockets and he lets out a loud yawn. Ziva already knows him, but I'll introduce him anyways. This guy is Denis de Cruz. Denis, these are the guys that come from Dujan from the committee, for the committee. Denis greets out by raising one of his arms in a slow and deliberate gesture. His top back, scuffy hair, bags under his eyes, and wrinkled shirt give off a careless first impression. His eyes shot around the room. Sensitive to the light, he blinks as if he is waking up from a comfortable dream, until they finally settle on me, followed by a clumsy greeting to us. Hey! I see they're looking as bad as always. Did you try to duck out? You could at least greet everyone properly. Don't be such a lazy ass. A pleasure for you to meet me, Denis. If you're a Ziva's friend, then I'll allow you to be my friend too. Name's Oz, and my companion is Ciaran. But everyone calls him Ciar because it's shorter to say. What's up, Ciar? How's it going? His greeting catches me by surprise. Gives me a beaming gaze that makes it difficult to guess his intentions. I guess I can complain. And how are you? Excluding the fact that I've been trying to run away from a certain lady who wanted to bring me here, dead or alive. I'm perfectly fine. Better than ever, I dare to say. I know what you mean. You came here all by yourself, didn't you? Yeah, whatever. How long is this thing going to take anyways? I remind you that you accepted without complaint when I asked you to join. I don't even remember. Probably only accepted so you'd shut up, just like I did with Lucy. You girls can be such a pain in the ass sometimes. Have you no shame? Denis seems to fit in with the group pretty quickly, probably because he already knows most of its members. I meanwhile take a look at my left towards Claire, who has her eyes to the floor as she plays with the end of her skirt, just like I saw her do in the recent past, when she was nervous. What's wrong? You look pale. Lucy and Denis are both from this school. Yet neither of them are in class? Not at all. We're all in the same grade, but from different homerooms. I know Denis, but I doubt he recognizes me. I'm not the kind of person who gets too much attention anyways, you know? Claire is unsuccessful in trying to appear composed. I know she isn't a sociable person, but that's precisely why I invited her to come here in the first place. Still, it's really hard to believe that the strange girl who never shuts up can become so different in front of others. Why? She might be not comfortable around a group of people, okay? I'm actually quite similar. I don't feel comfortable when there is a large group around me, face to face. But if it's one-on-one but if it's a small group, then it's fine. I forgot to say hi to you, Claire. Did they force you to come too? Ciaran invited me. Everything happened so quickly. I'm sorry for not telling anyone. Don't worry, girl. Denis is supposed to be in charge of the committee. It's his fault for not paying attention. He's a little sloppy. I was here as a substitute for a day, and I ended up getting involved in this mess too, you see. Also, my name is Lucy. I'm from Class B. Nice to meet you, Claire. Lucy and Claire seem to get along fast. One keeping up her usual good facade, while the other is only able to answer with shy, one-word answers that keep a good distance between them. Although they look like opposites, there seems to be some sort of connection forming between them. Or at least that's what I think. At the same time, on the other side of the circle, Denis is having a conversation with Ziva and Oz. No one would be able to tell that he's the new guy. On the contrary, he happens to share some friends in common with us, so they are already getting along well. Suddenly Denis sets his gaze upon me once again, which causes me to react surprisingly. He opens his mouth, making me assume that he's trying to say something, but that I can't hear it. In the end, he carelessly lets out a yawn. I shake my head and chuckle. It makes me realize that being the last one to get here doesn't really mean that he's the last one to join, because that position belongs to me. Once the introductions are over, each of us takes our position in the circle, waiting for the first session of the committee to begin. None of the attendants except Ziva have any interest or knowledge of the issues we should discuss in this meeting, so Ziva herself becomes the committee's spokesperson after clearing her throat and starts with an introduction to the basics. Ziva explains that it's a tradition for both schools to prepare the graduation events together. This year, Dujan will be the hot school, so we are the ones that need to make sure that everything works as it should. She gives us a slip-in-dancing lecture on diplomas, speeches, invitations, parties, and God knows what else. I don't really pay any attention to it, and I'm not the only one. You only need to take a quick peek around the room to see the party. Dennis is fast asleep, making small grunts and snoring noises from time to time. Lucy takes the opportunity to draw a mustache on him with a permanent maker that she has, for some reason. Claire is trying to hold her laughter in while watching the other two and hiding beneath her hat as usual. And Oz and I are chilling and playing cards, unaware of our surroundings. Is anybody paying attention at all? Why are you guys playing cards right now? CR always has a deck on him. It comes in handy for moments like this. That and a lot of other things. As I always say, a man is as valuable as the contents of his pockets. You've never said that. Stop making things up. You can't even stop playing the fool for just 5 minutes. What's wrong with you? Those guys have no manners whatsoever. You can't count on them for anything. That's right. You two would have more credibility if you were enjoying a mustache on Sleeping Beauty over there. What's going on? What were you doing with the marker, Lucy? Dennis wakes up, bringing his hand to his nose when he feels that something is amiss, and immediately goes to the restroom to check a mirror. A blink later, he turns with an unsettling look on his face and rushes towards Lucy. What have you done? Have you seen this? You drew the mustache in a different color than my hair. No, they don't match. Quickly, use this other marker that I have with me to fix it. Mixing them should make the color X color. That's what worried you're about? Come on, Ziva. In the end, we are all going to do whatever you want us to. Don't be like that. Our leader crosses her arms with impatience and disgust as she gives off a small sigh. Part of her wants to get mad at me, the other wants to control herself in order to earn a place in heaven. That's exactly what this is about, Indian. You're gathered here for a reason. Catch my drift? Catch my drill? Of course you can. Let's go, compañero. Let's do it. Keep your pants on. I know what you mean, Ziva. So let's get serious. It's hard to believe that when you say it while drawing a pair of glasses on Morpheus's face. Ignore him, Lucy. He's just jealous. Keep going. You know what? It's not fun if you let me do whatever I want. You can fix it yourself. Don't leave it unfinished. Now it looks like a monocle with an arm. It makes no sense. I need someone else to finish it. Claire, are you interested? No thanks. Why did you hide under one of the desks before responding? As I was saying, I remember meeting with some friends from my basketball team during last year's graduation day to play one last game in the courtyard as a farewell to the graduating members. I know it isn't anything special and that not everyone will be interested, but maybe we could do something like that officially, in addition to everything else, of course. Lucy's proposal manages to intensify the debate, creating a storm of ideas in which everyone gives their own version of what they believe would be the best way to say goodbye to our schools. Some ideas are more ridiculous than the others, or even impossible. Taking into account our resources, the truth is that I consider all of it excessive, and I assume that everything will end with an all-night grad party at a locally rented building, like every other year. After tossing our ideas, everyone seems to reach a consensus. Everyone, at least those who were listening proudly, give their approval. Is that okay with you, Indian? Can you see yourself participating? It may be my tacit take-turn attitude that causes all eyes to follow me after the discussion, as if they were looking for an endorsement that they don't need. You're going to do whatever you want, right? I told you before that I follow along no matter what you say to Ziva, but don't get used to it, okay? Ziva takes an eternity to smile, with a heavily satisfied look on her face. It makes me feel like she thinks she's won some sort of battle that I didn't even participate in, forcing me to avert my gaze. The dialogue, or more like chatter, gets longer and goes off topic, or to unfunny jokes that for some reason still make us laugh non-stop. I have to admit, despite being the principal dissonant sound all throughout the committee's meeting, it sure does feel like time flies by now. Before I realize it, Ziva demands our attention once again, this time to bring the meeting to a close. Well, I think this should be enough for today. We can always have another meeting if something comes up, but for now, I think we all know what we have to do. I'm going to notify them that we're done. Can an innocent soul that studies here come with me to help explain the situation to the teacher? Ziva's clearly staring at the only other woman in the room as she asks. Sure, I'll go too, but she's not the only one there. Wouldn't one be enough? Okay, I'll come, you don't have to push. The ladies' trio leaves the classroom with more aspiration than they let on. It was as obvious an excuse as saying they needed to powder their noses. After all, Ziva was a student from this school not long ago. She should know the teachers here well enough not to need any help. Their departure opens a gap between those left behind. The room is now filled with an inescapable silence, or at least until Oz decides to open his mouth. Well, it seems that us men are all alone now. I was waiting for this opportunity. I think the two of you have some explaining to do. Dennis and I look at each other, both sharing the exact same expression. What is he talking about? Less fading ignorance and more on-spring command. Which card do you guys like best? Then I realized that it's us who's talking. What else could it have been? We're all gentlemen here, so we should be able to reach an agreement. 3 girls, 3 boys. The answer is quite obvious. They are all mine. Weren't you pretty concerned about Claire possibly being underage before? Did you manage to get over that crisis already? Well, I've got enough time now to build our love nest close to the beach, where we'll spend the glorious rest of our days together, running a bar for the tourists. I must admit that the speed of your imagination is as overwhelming as ever. I know, but you can leave the praise for later. Now I would like to know how Dennis feels about all of this. Although, because you were the last one to join, you don't get any priority when choosing. There's not too much to say. I've been studying for my entire life. Both Lucy and Ziva have been my classmates for quite some time. I don't know Lucy as well though. She came to the school later. When was it? 3 or 4 years ago. The point is, Ziva transferred schools this past year, so consequently I lost contact with her. Before that, the 3 of us were all friends. I met Claire more or less at the same time as Ziva, however. We've always been in different classes and we aren't close at all, to be honest. It's like she purposely avoids unnecessary contact with others, you know. Basically, I'm not serious about any of them, if that's what you're worried about. Oh, I see. You've had the awful luck that girls like Ziva transferred schools to stay by my side. That's the problem with my magnetic sexuality. I'd like to be less handsome, but it's perfection that chooses me, not the other way around. I think he actually believes though that stuff he's saying too. I came here about 6 years ago, after traveling around half of the world with my parents. That's when I met my companion here. He was also a newbie who had just enrolled in Dujanet and was in need of my guidance. Look at us now, inseparable. Not so much inseparable, let's just say that I felt pity. In any case, we can all agree that all of the girls are mine. You, Dennis, are the last one to join, but maybe you can still get some leftovers, but like by licking their boots from time to time or something. And CR has his dolls, figurines and whatever, he doesn't count. Be respectful, they may not be human, but they have dignity. Come on, companion, let's be serious. They are tiny heaps of plastic. The you can lick boots guy is talking to me about seriousness. You shouldn't underestimate someone's wishes, Oz. Have you never heard of the Pygmalion effect? Oz shrugs, clueless as to what Dennis is talking about. The Pygmalion effect is an incident where a person, through his or Her own beliefs or that of others managed to achieve something with faith alone, like the ability to realize your dreams if you believe that they will come true. Its name comes from the Greek myth of King Pygmalion, who sculpts a statue of a woman named Galatea, and he falls in love with her. His love and desire to be with her is so strong that Aphrodite, the goddess herself, answered his prayers to bring Galatea to life. Are you telling me that if you believe hard enough, you can make plastic figurines come to life? Of course not. Myths are simple stories that have a lot of variations of unknown origins. In the case, if this is the version that has been passed on for generations, there must be a reason, right? I'm unconvinced, no matter how you put it. What do you think, CR? Me? That you are both crazy and even more crazy than the old Greeks, apparently. We're back, guys! Ziva happily walks in the middle of our conversation without paying any mind to how important what we men were discussing might have been. But it's not like we had anything else to discuss anyway, so the three of us settle down and let Ziva speak. We're finished for today, so you can start tidying up the classroom before it gets late. Contrary to Ziva's enthusiasm, the two girls accompanying her share a disconcerted expression as they enter. Both of them look at me, one reflected on each of my eyes, but it's Ziva's voice that wakes them up and causes everything to return to normal. The meeting ends, and even though we only talked, I still feel totally exhausted. When they proposed that we hang out a bit longer, I have to politely decline their invitation. Yeah, I'm not the only one who goes home instead either. Denise appears as if he were some kind of prisoner on the run, and Claire announces her departure with a bashful voice, weak as that of a newborn baby bird. Each goes their own way, taking different paths, even though our town is exceptionally small. But it doesn't take long until I have my first real encounter. I hear a certain voice the way it's meant to be, and not this shy, fake one she'd feigned only minutes ago. Wait up, Ciara! Do you mind if I walk with you? Your house is the same direction as mine. I nod indifferently and wait for her to catch up, so that we can continue onward. Whatever you want, well, how exactly do you know where I live? Why wouldn't I know, Ciara? I stop. I was half joking, but her answer is too large of a red flag for me to ignore it. Seriously. Seriously what? About my address. How do you know it? I followed you home before, so there's no mystery to it. I thought you were more intelligent for this. Ciaran, what else could it be? Impossible to compute logic. Please contact the manufacturer immediately. Claire, I probably shouldn't ask this, considering my criminal record, but how would you feel if I told you that I've secretly been following you around? Well, why not? Everyone is free to do whatever they want. I'll get straight to the point since we aren't getting anywhere. Is your room filled with pictures of me on all of your walls or anything like that? Of course not. Don't you have any sense of taste, such as self-centered style? Wouldn't be good for the feng shui, Ciara. I can sense legitimate displeasure coming from Claire as we speak, as sincere as everything that comes from her. Well, at least he asked, that's good. Because you never know when you run into yonder. It doesn't detract from the importance of her words, though, but it certainly makes them appear even more bizarre. I'm gonna get serious because we still aren't getting anywhere. Please, try to give me a clear explanation for all of this. I don't see the problem here, but okay. I want to know why you choose to approach me like you did. All those emails suddenly came out of nowhere, and now you're telling me that you've been stalking me. If you wanted to speak with me, it would have been easier to, I don't know, ask. Why did you have to make it so complicated? Ciaran, we've already discussed this. You're never going to calm down until you find the answer that suits you the most, not the truth, am I right? Claire shakes her head, displeased with no intention of responding any further. Nevertheless, because I refuse to give in, she reluctantly decides to speak once again. Would you have considered it endless, weird if I'd spoken to you directly out of nowhere? Would you have remembered me all the same if I was normal? I can see her breathe as she huffs out those two questions. She's highly offended, but shouldn't I be the one that's upset in this situation? Why wouldn't I remember you? Had you wanted to make some sort of impact on me before we went? No, Tyran, no, it's the exact opposite. Disheartened, she turns away from me and keeps walking along. It may be impossible to see the problem when I don't even understand what she means. Or maybe I'm unable to achieve anything if I only stand back and watch. Claire, wait! I'm not going to change my answer, even if you keep asking. I want to know one more thing first. Something I almost completely forgot about. If it's true that you were the one who sent me those emails, then what happened to that order I made online? Where did my package go? That, yeah. If I remember correctly... You don't know where it is? Do you think I'd ask if I already knew the answer? Seriously? You should have recovered it already. Maybe you don't recognize it. What are you saying? Can you tell me what you did with it? Me? Nothing you don't already know about. I have no idea where it could be, but I'll investigate. It must be somewhere. But it could still be on its way, don't you think? I've already checked the tracking and it said it was delivered. Poor Sharon. See, it's like I told you, you have everything backwards. Backwards? What do you mean? Will you ever explain anything in a way that I understand? Clearly, please. A few minutes later, Claire says goodbye to me at the intersection where our routes split off. I am too exhausted to continue any longer with that incoherent dialogue. For now, it's just easier for me to believe in her. Believe in the lovely girl that follows me everywhere and thinks that nothing bad can ever happen. I must stay by her side even despite the fact of the matter. I decide to stop questioning her and leave it for another day. For now, I will simply have to have faith. Let's leave this faith for the next episode of 1000 Lives. Alright, hope you enjoyed it and see you then. Bye bye.